Welcome to our 2022 Canva tutorial for beginners video. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step everything you need to know to create amazing designs with Canva. Canva has been a platform that we've been using as a team for a couple years now. The first year or so, we were using the free version. The last, say, year and a half or so, we've been using Canva Pro. In this tutorial, I'm going to use the Canva Pro version, but 95% of what we're going to be doing, you can do with the free version. And I'm going to point out the premium features so you know, hey, this is something that you would need to upgrade to be able to utilize. Really quickly, let's check out the differences between the free and the pro version of Canva. So you get 250,000 free templates with the free version. Over here, you get 610,000. You get hundreds of thousands of free photos and graphics. Here you get hundreds of millions of photos, videos, audio, and other graphics. Here you can also save a bunch of different brand kits. So with the free version, you can save up to 3 colors for your brand kit. With the pro version, you can have a bunch of separate different brand kits for different companies you may work with. You can save logos and fonts as well. Then the next benefit here is to be able to remove the background of images, something that we use for YouTube thumbnails and other designs basically every single day. The next thing is you can quickly resize your design. So you could go from an Instagram image that is square to an Instagram story that's vertical. The next thing you can do is save templates and use as a team. You have more cloud storage. You can also schedule social media content across 8 platforms. So this is similar to Later, Buffer, or some of the other scheduling softwares. If you're interested in trying Canva Pro for free for 45 days, check out our affiliate link down below in the description. If you end up upgrading to Canva Pro, we may earn a small commission, but at no extra cost to you. This is longer than Canva's normal free trial. So if you go to canva.com, you will not get as many days free as the link that we have down below in the description. I recommend just checking it out for free, see if it's worth it. If not, don't worry, the normal free version of Canva is really, really powerful. With that said, let's hop on the computer and get started. Once you click on our affiliate link, it's going to look something like this, where you can sign up to get your 45-day free trial. So when you sign into Canva, it's going to look something like this. Obviously, if you're signing in for the first time, you're not going to have these recent designs. Now let's just walk through everything on screen right now. So up along the top, you have all the different templates that you could create. Here are some of the different features. So photos, icons, print products, apps, Explorer. You can download the Canva app onto your computer or your phone. We have a tutorial on how to use Canva on your phone. I'll link to that up above right here. Then on to learning. They have a bunch of tutorials to help you learn how to create better designs, about fonts, colors, all sorts of things like that. So that's a great resource to check out. Then that's kind of all along the top right here. Then let's move along the side. So all of your designs, your recent designs, stuff that's been shared with you, all of your folders, stuff that you've added to the trash. Here's where you can add someone else to your team. And then you have the brand kit and the content planner. So the content planner is just available in Canva Pro. And then the brand kit is partly available in the free version, but you get a ton more within Canva Pro. So within Canva Pro, you can add your logos and add fonts. The colors right here, so you can see we have 3 different color combinations. If you're using the free version, you're only going to get 3 colors that you can save for your brand colors. That's most of what you're going to find here. Now let's go back to the home and create a design. So there's a lot of ways you can find what you're looking for in terms of the type of design. So you can see you have For You right here. You can create presentations, social media, videos, print products, marketing, and office. So you could just go explore within one of these and scroll along to the side, or sometimes it's just easier to type in whatever you're looking for. So if you type in YouTube, you're going to have the channel art, your thumbnails, stuff for YouTube shorts, etc., as well as the outros and intros. If we were to create something for Instagram, you have Instagram posts, reels, stories, etc. So let's say we want to create a post for Instagram. Here is the size. So you could just type in 1080 by 1080 and create a design really easily, or just click on Instagram posts. So when you get here, you see that there are a ton of different templates, 88,455 to be exact. I would imagine for the normal version of Canva, it's probably around half of that. But to tell which ones are free and premium, if it has a little crown, that's the icon for Canva Pro. So as we kind of mouse over, this is a normal free one, this one, that whole row was essentially free. So we're half of that row. So you can see here, there's tons of different options, and you can go and filter along the side right here. Colorful, minimal, elegant, simple. So maybe we want something simple, something like one of these maybe. So what you can do here is you can start with one of the templates they have, or you always have this option to create a blank Instagram post or whatever the design is that you're creating. So why don't we just click on this first one, and really quickly I'll show you how to edit a template, and then we'll create something from scratch, and I'll basically show you all of the different things you can do within Canva. So if you picked a design like this, what you can do is go and click on anything here, so you can, drag the corner, change the size. If you click on this, you can highlight and, change the text, hello. You can click on the color and change, well, that's not going to change that. This icon right here, if it's something like this, you can change the colors of it. If it's not kind of fixed, like this image doesn't give you options to change the colors, but this, you see this color appear up here. That means that you can go and change this to a different color. So now it's green. The same thing with this shape right here. So you can drag the side of it. If you drag the corner, it keeps the proportions the same. You can move it like so. Again, these ones, it looks like there's 3 different colors in this. So anyways, if you want to change one of them, you can do something like that. If you click on something, you can go and rotate it. So you can just go through and take one of the existing templates, make it to your liking. One last thing, if you click on the background, you can go and change the color. So something like that. But now let's just go back, click on home again, and then click on create. It gave us create blank Instagram post. So here, if we just click on the background, the first thing we could do is let's use our blue color for the background. Up here, we can say test IG post. So now that it has a name, if you have the colors in your brand kit, you can just click on one. They have some default colors here, or you always have the option to add the hex code right here, or you can essentially use these 2 screens to get any color you want. So you drag here for the different kind of types of colors, and then from here you can go and choose something, much more specific, and it gives you the hex code right here. And then obviously something all the way in the corner is going to be pure black. So that's the very beginning. Hey, we got the background done, the templates we looked at a second ago, and then from there, let's go to elements. So there's a ton that you have here. So it's going to show you stuff you've recently used. You have lines and shapes. So if there's anything you want to use, just click on it. It gets added. Again, just go up here, change the color if you want. If you move the corner that way, you could change it this way here. And we could go back to elements. Maybe we want a line like so. And then if you want to see more of any of these, you can just click on see all. One quick thing with something like this design is that if you drag the corner, it's going to change the whole shape of everything. You can see now the line is much thinner. So if you had a line that was too thick for whatever you wanted to do, what you can do is drag the corner of it to get the thickness you want, and then you can just drag one side at a time to get it back to the dimensions that you want to use. So something like that, and now we have an outline that's much thinner. Now, one kind of quick thing I think that would make sense while we have 3 different shapes here, this is a good time to show you the positioning. So if I were to highlight all 3 of these, there's a lot that we can do now. If I click on group, that means that all these are going to stay the same proportion. If I go and move them, and I move everything together, if I want to then ungroup, I can do that. Then the position, what I was talking about, so let's highlight the 3 things again. If I go to position, if I position to the top, they're all at the top now. If I were to move them again, highlight all 3, position, and then so you can see, so this is going to be middle vertically. So it's going to pull them all down like this. It could be in the center, and then they're all lined up along the center. I could align them to the right. I could align all to the left. The other thing I could do is space evenly, and then it spaces all. So this space and this space are the same. So there's a lot that you can do like that. The other thing is the order of the elements. So let's do something like this. And so you can tell this is on top, this is in the middle, and this is behind. So what we can do again is if we have the line clicked on and go to position, we can bring it forward. So we can bring forward 1, and it's probably, let's change the color so it's easier to see. Let's go to this. So you can see that this is now on top of everything. It's on top of even the square. And so this one down here is on the complete bottom. So if I go to position here, I could move forward, and then it is on top of the square, but it is beneath, this is the middle of the 3 items right now. So if I wanted to push it all the way to the back, I could do that. So if you have text and something else and you want to change which one is up front, sometimes you have text and you want maybe the image to cover up the very end of the text. Let's say you would put whatever the image is in front of the text in that example. So here are kind of lines and shapes, but within Elements, there's all sorts of stuff. So if we go now to graphics, so there's all sorts of different designs, something really easy. So gradients, so are something that's kind of shaded from one color to another. So you can just go and change, any of these two colors. This you can also use these for backgrounds as well. And then you have feature designs, you have stickers, designs for a cause, the foliage, zodiac symbols. Let's edit one of these. So if the design is editable in terms of the colors, you get something like this along the side. And then you can just go through and change, any of those colors there. And then I get the same thing with adjusting the size, rotate it if you want to, etc. And then let's see, some of the stuff will probably not, no, this I can change the colors. Anyways, if something isn't allowing you to edit, it's not going to give you these up top. Then you have the photo. So within Canva, as we saw earlier, there's hundreds of thousands of photos for free with the free version and millions within the pro version. If you're looking for other stock photos that you don't find here, we have a video walking you through a bunch of websites that offer free stock photos. I'll link to the video up above right here. But here again, you can use the search for anything. So if we go, what do we want to think about today? How about lions? So we have all these photos. Again, what we're going to see, these are free. If you see the crown, this is part of Canva Pro. Maybe we want to use this image, or so maybe this one. One of the things that we can try, I've actually never tried this before, is to remove the background. So this works at least with people. I've never tried it with an animal before. So we can remove the background and see if we have just the lion left. There we go. So now we have just the outline of the lion. The same thing works for people. This is what we use to create all of the thumbnails for our YouTube videos. We always use a solid background. I take the picture right here. We get rid of the gray background and use our blue. So that let's go back to Elements. So we looked at images, graphics, so more photos, there's videos as well. And then from there, so let's just clean up some of the stuff here. So the lion's taking up a lot of space. Let's move that. Get the line back on, move this person down here. Also scrolling down further, you have frames. And so if we use a frame like so, what you can do here is if you drag an image into the frame, you can do that. So what's going to happen is there's this circle now. So we have essentially the circle and the lion is in that. What we may want to do within the circle though is put the lion at the center of it. So now we have a circle element, so you would see it better if we change the background. There's essentially the element, this has no background. If this were an image with the background, you would see the circle more clearly. You have charts as well. Now if we go down to uploads, so this is where you can add, company logos, pictures, anything else that you want to have. You can even record yourself right here. So one option is you can just drag an image on the screen like this, or you can click on it and it does the same thing. We only need to have me on here once. So with this picture, we can again edit this image, background remover. And then again, I wanted to show you all of the other things you can do within the image editing. So this is important. So if you click on edit image, so we remove the background, but then the brightness, contrast, and saturation. So this is something you may use in Photoshop or something like that. So you can change the brightness, the contrast, the saturation. So you can make sure that the image looks good. You can make some small tweaks to the image right here. There's filters for the colors. If you want to go back, you have to go to see more and then go to none. Then we have photogenic. So again, it's going to add some type of filter. I think these are kind of similar. And then we can go back to none again. Scrolling down further. So mockups is similar to what we did with the lion where we put it inside a form. So if I wanted to be inside of a laptop, I can do that like so. Or if it were me on a photo, me in a cell phone, there's a bunch of different options. If you click back or forward, you can undo or redo. So undo. And then you have the different shadows are really interesting too. So what you can do if you want to kind of have a highlight or kind of a halo effect around and image. So if you want to edit one of these things, you see the little dials right here, click on that, and you see there's 3 options. So the size of the shadow, the transparency. So if you want it to be solid, you drag it all the way across. If you want some blur, so there's kind of a range of from more transparent to less transparent, you could increase the blur and you can make it bigger and less transparent. So you could do that to it as well. And if you wanted this to be white, you could also do that. And then let's see if there's anything else with an image. They have these duo tones that we can do. So you can essentially, whoa, that's a bit too much. And again, click on the edits, and then I can go through and change these colors. Change the shadow, and then cancel if I don't want to use that. And there's a few other things down here that I haven't really had a chance to use. One other thing with the images, so if you wanted to crop the image, if you wanted to cut out part of the image, you can just, either drag it by the corner or so here, if I just wanted to maybe kind of cut my hand out of it, I could do that. And then if I clicked on done, there we got rid of the rest of the image. I can undo it. If for some reason I wanted my hand on the other side, you can flip it. So in that case, you would flip horizontally, or you can also flip vertically. So that's pretty much the editing for images that you can do. Now moving on to text. So you can click on text here and add something. Also, if you just hit T, it will add text on your design like I just did. There's a bunch of kind of designed fonts for you. So something like this. And then you can go through and say, hello. And then it should let me also, I don't know if I can change these. So I don't know if it'll let me change all 3 colors or just the top color with this one. Some of the other ones, it will, let you go through and change, everything there. Let's see. Fresh baked. Maybe we'll change the background to white. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. So here, let's see here. So we have now this is this font, and then if I were to click on this, I can adjust, this font. If I wanted to click this, I can change this one. That's basically how you would go through and edit some of that text. But again, if you want just something more plain, which is what we end up doing most of the time, if you want to just delete this, click on, so you're not typing in the text, and then just hit delete, and then I'll just hit T and have some paragraph text. And so I can drag this anywhere that I want. And then one of the other things that's always important is to align stuff. So it'll always give you these dotted lines. So now so this is left aligned with the square. I could right align this with the end of this line. I could be right in the middle of the design like this. I can, go and bold, italic. So if this design was much longer, so you can see now in the design, it's centered, but I could go left align, or I could go full right align, or back to center. If I wanted to add a bulleted list, I could easily, here's a numbered list. And then if I want to get rid of it, and then there's tons of different font options right here. And if you're using Canva Pro, you can upload a font that you want to use as well. With both images, text, and things like that, you'll find effects and the ability to animate. So effects, you can see kind of similar to what we did around the image. So I can add neon around it. I can add splice. There's lift. And then if I go to animate, you can just hover over some of the different types of animations. You would have to export this as a GIF or as a video if you want the animations to show up. If it's just an image, you're going to have the static text there. So that's essentially the different options with the text. So the other thing too is if you want to change the spacing, so you have the letter spacing, which is how far apart each letter is, like so. And then the line spacing you can increase right here. And then moving on from text, we have style. So the nice thing here, let's actually change to a template for this one. Which one has a lot of colors do we maybe like? So let's do something else. So the newsroom. Okay, so if we want to change the style, all we have to do is if we choose our colors, I'll automatically adjust. Maybe it's not perfect. I don't know if I like this red background, but you can go through and just change the formatting, altogether. So it changes the fonts and the colors to go with whatever the design is. So you can take a template you like and adjust it to your fonts and your colors right away, and then go in there and edit further. And then so let's go back to the blank design. Let's go back to our blue. And what else do we have? So we have background. So I've just been showing you solid backgrounds, but you can also use the, what's it called? The gradients, where you can go and change one of the colors. You can also have patterns that you can add, or you could add a landscape and put, text and other images on top of it. They have abstract options. Then down below with Pro, you have your logo saved. Within more, you can see photo, videos, the different folders. You can connect Pexels and Pixelbay, emojis, maps, Dropbox, Instagram, also stuff right within here. Then one of the other features that's really useful, let me go to something that we've already maybe created though. Let's go to home. So this is a thumbnail for YouTube, and to put something in the YouTube community, we upload square images. So if I already created this that's set up for a thumbnail, if I want to create a square, all I need to do is click on resize and then say what I want it to be. So as we said before, 1080 by 1080, I can just do that custom, or I could just click on Instagram post. And then, so I could do several different sizes or just one. So it's going to copy and resize. And so what's going to happen is right here, we have all of the different designs we had. So you can have multiple pages when you're creating designs as well. So for example, if you wanted to duplicate this page, I could just do that and have a second one. So for this, what I need to do to make this design look good is I could maybe drag this up here. I could make myself a little bit bigger, move this up a little bit, and then maybe I want to really highlight the free and make that much larger. So that takes the thumbnail to a square image in a matter of seconds using all the same text, colors, and everything else. So that's another really quick pro of using Canva Pro. One last thing along the side here that we haven't touched on is this, which is the transparency. So this is 100% solid. If we pull anything to less transparent, you can change that like so. The same thing would work for an image if I want to look like a ghost, let's say. So let's now say I'm happy with this design and want to download this or export it. If you click on the three dots right here, you can share this, you can share the link, present, add to Twitter, Facebook, you can have it printed, etc. But we just want to download this and say add it to the community of our YouTube channel. Then we would just click on download. And so you have a couple of options of the type of file that you want. So PNG is what we normally use. If you want a video or a GIF, if you had something animated, you would choose that. And then from here, do you want a transparent background? So the background wouldn't show through on this. This is only something available with Canva Pro. You can see the little crowns right here. This is really useful. Let's say if you have your logo and you want to put it on top of an image or on your website that's a different color. If you're not able to export with a transparent background unless you use Canva Pro. And then if you have multiple pages like this, what you would want to do is you can download all four, or maybe I just want page 2. So I can just click on this, delete this, and go to 2. Now page 2 is what is going to download. And then what I would do now is click on download. So that's how easy it is to create designs with Canva. You basically choose the type of design you want, choose a template or start from scratch, add images, add text, add other graphics, edit each of them. When you're done with the design, hit download. There you go. If there's a specific Canva tutorial you'd like to see on this channel, let me know down below in the comment section. If you want to see all of our other Canva tutorial videos, check out the playlist right here. Hope to see you in those and future videos. Bye-bye.